Hello everyone. I'm really excited to be able to offer my Christmas in July card making class again this year. Last year it didn't happen, and so I'm really glad to be able to offer that to you this year. And I've got the cards here that you get to choose from. There are 8 different designs, and it's like a card buffet where you get to choose which ones you want to make and how many of each of those. So there is a minimum of 20 cards, but you can make as many as you want. And you can make, 2 of these, 3 of those, 5 of those, 10 of those, whatever combination you want, as long as it's a minimum of 20. The cards, you'll get all of the supplies, the consumable supplies here. The stamps and ink will be set out ready for you to use. If you want to participate in by mail, you certainly can do that. You would just need to provide your own stamps and ink, but I can give you a supply list so that you know exactly what you would need to complete them as shown. And of course, you can always do your own thing with your own stamps and ink that you might already have. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the fun part, which is to show you each of these cards. So I'm going to pull them in individually and tell you a little bit about them. So this is a Christmas stamp set and paper that is in our new annual catalog. You can see there's designer paper here, a couple of images that are stamped and die cut, and then the greeting down here. This one is the same stamp set. So you can see there's lots of fun images and greetings in there, more designer paper. Here there's a little bit of the glimmer shimmery paper. There's some stamping on the background of this star, and then of course a little rhinestone there. One more from that stamp set because I really liked it. You've got the stamped images here, a nice big foil, gold foil star, and then some embossing on here with just a little bit of designer paper there. This one is one of my favorites. So this is actually, I think it's called Expressions in Ink. It's a designer paper from the annual catalog that has nothing to do with Christmas, but I just pulled that color in as a Christmas color. And so that's where that paper is from, as well as the striped gold foil paper there. I think you can see the Hark the Herald Angels Sing is embossed, heat embossed with gold embossing powder. So you get to do some heat embossing with this one. And then that green rhinestone just sets it off there. There's texture here. And there you go with that one. I really love the embossing on this. This one is another favorite. I love the colors here. We've got Fresh Freesia, Pool Party, and Highland Heather. A little bit of ribbon on here. The label you can see, some rhinestones. And I don't know if you noticed, you can obviously see the snowflakes, but then I pulled in, I think it's called watercolor shapes, the circle from there, just to add a little bit more to the background. So that's a really fun card too. This is a sweet little card with snowman. Lots of people love snowmen on their Christmas cards. So we've got some designer paper here. This is actually a sneak peek because while I was on the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip last month, I got some new products from the upcoming holiday catalog. And so these, and what I'm going to show you next, are products from that, a little sneak peek. So this paper is new. This is a carryover stamp set. Did some coloring with markers, added a few rhinestones here and one up here. There's some stamping around this cherry cobbler layer. I think you can see it. And then of course the stitched scalloped rectangle die on there. This one has some new sneak peeks. The background stamp of candy canes is new. Greeting is new. That die cut shape is new. The ribbon is new. And the designer paper is new. So there's lots of fun new on this one. And then finally on here, these are actually cut with scissors out of the designer paper. So if you're not one that likes tedious cutting, I mean, they're not terribly difficult to do, but these are all cut by hand with little scissors. So keep that in mind when you sign up for this one. These are printed from designer paper. There's some designer paper here. That's all new from the upcoming holiday catalog. And then I added some red rhinestones. So again, you can choose which of these cards you want to make and how many of each of them you want to do. It's a minimum of 20 cards, but you can make it as much as you want. Minimum of 20, and they're $1.50 each to make. So if you do just the 20, it's going to cost $30 for you to make those 20 cards with envelopes. If you want to do more than 50, the price drops down to $1.25 a card. And so that'll take your price, oh gosh, I should have thought ahead on that, right? So 50 times $1.25, so that would be 65? No, that's probably not right. But you do the math, okay? So 50 times $1.25. So take a look at the details, the date, and when to sign up. And if you want to participate by mail, you can certainly do that. Just keep in mind you'll need to provide your own stamps and ink, but I can certainly give you a supply list of what I used to make these cards as they're shown here. All right, I look forward to stamping with many of you at my Christmas in July this year. See you soon.